Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. जय राधा गोपी जन वल्लभ राधा गोपी जन वल्लभ राधे। जय निताय पतित पावन गौर हरि, जय निताय पतित पावन गौर हरि। जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद, जय जय प्रभुपाद। निताय गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, निताय गौर हरि बोल। श्री राधा गोपीजन वल्लभ भगवान की जय, श्री निताय पतित पावन गौर हरि की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं, देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया, भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घायते गिरिं, यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणीं। परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले, श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे, निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। नमो महाविदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते, कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरक्षे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूप स्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छः कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Okay, I am not qualified to sit here and speak on Bhagavatam. I'm grateful to His Grace Shyam Kishore Prabhu for asking me to speak on Bhagavatam for my own purification. So I seek the blessing of you all. So please bless me so something meaningful words may come out which could be helpful for my purification, for elevating my consciousness. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 6 and Text 8. The topic is going on Brahma satisfies Lord Shiva. Brahma is basically instructing Daksha Prajapati and all other demigods assembled there to go approach Lord Shiva to ask for his forgiveness for what all has happened, starting from Daksha insulting Lord Shiva, then not inviting him for the yajna, not offering him the shares of the yajna, and after that what all happened, Daksha's yajna was destroyed and Daksha's head was cut off. So all that episode has happened, and Lord Brahma and Lord Vishnu had not come to participate in that yajna. And after all that has happened, now Brahma has come there to rectify the situation and asking Daksha and all other devatas and all other sages assembled that you all please now go to Lord Shiva to ask his forgiveness. So we are talking on our reading text 8. Saitham adhishya suran ajastute समन्वितः पितृभिः सह प्रजेशः ययोस्वादिशया दिष्णयान् नीलायां पुरः द्वेषः कैलाशम् अध्रि प्रवरं प्रियः प्रभुः साइत्थम् अधिशया सुरान् अजस्तुते समन्वितः पितृभिः सह प्रजेशः ययो स्वदिशन्यान् नीलायां पुरः द्वेषः कैलाशम् अध्रि प्रवरं प्रियां प्रभुः. Prabhus.
Sakitamudishyam suranagastupahi Samantapitra visapadesam Sadishyana nilayam
Puratishaya
Madhi pravaranti
Kailashamadri Pravaram. Mataji. Samanvita pitribhi saprajeshe Yo swadhishyamiyam puratusha Word by word meaning. Sa, he, Brahma, itam, thus, adishaya, after instructing, Suran, the demigods, Ajah, Lord Brahma, Tu, then, Te, those, Samanvitaha, followed, Pitribihi, by the Pitas, Saprajeshahe, along with the lords of the living entities. Yayu went, Swadishayan, from his own place, Nilayam, the abode, Purahadveshahe, of Lord Shiva, Kailasham, Kailash, Adri Pravaram, the best among mountains, Priyam, dear, Prabhu, of the Lord Shiva. Translation. After thus instructing all the demigods, the Pitas, and the lords of the living entities, Lord Brahma took them with him and left for the abode of Lord Shiva, known as Kailasha Hill. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The abode of Lord Shiva, which is known as Kailasha, is described in the 14 verses which follow. So that's all the purport here. So here, Srila Prabhupada is writing, okay, in the next coming 14 verses, the whole description of Kailash mountain is given. So we can discuss something which has happened till now in this whole episode of Daksha Prajapati, Lord Shiva, and Daksha's whole yajna being destroyed. What was the root cause of all that? And how we can apply some of the lessons from this whole episode into our lives, into our spiritual lives, for protecting our spiritual life. So in generally, when we start progressing in our spiritual life, we hear so often that we need to protect this bhakti creeper, this bhakti lata. Brahmand Brahmite kono bhagyavan jeev, Guru Krishna Prasad paya bhakti lata bij. After wandering in this material world, life after life after life, we have got this bhakti lata bij, the seed of this bhakti creeper. And once we get the seed of bhakti creeper, what we do? We plant that seed. Like if you have any other vegetable, fruit, seed, you plant that seed in the ground in your garden, and then you nourish that seed by watering that with proper sunlight, with air. So we get this bhakti lata bij. Where do we put this bhakti lata bij? In our heart. We plant that in our heart, and then we nurture that through watering of the chanting of holy name, hearing Krishna Katha. And also we need to protect this bhakti creeper the way we protect any plant from the weeds, from any other animals which may come and eat up this small creeper. So we have to put a fence around this. So same way for our bhakti creeper, we have to protect this from the other animals which may come and try to eat this up, or for other weeds to grow. And what are those weeds? Those weeds are the anarthas in the heart. We need to protect this bhakti creeper from those weed like anarthas, and also the animals in the form of offenses. And the foremost offense, the biggest offense, is known as the Vaishnava Aparad, which is considered as a mad elephant offense. So this mad elephant, as a mad elephant may enter into a garden and can destroy the whole garden. So this offense, the animal of offenses, may destroy our bhakti lata. So we need to protect that bhakti lata. And in case of Daksha Prajapati, what has happened from the beginning, he has been committing offenses after offenses to Lord Shiva. Daksha's vision for Lord Shiva was, oh, he is my son-in-law, right? Familiarity. Familiarity breeds contempt. So he was thinking, Daksha Prajapati was thinking, Lord Shiva, he is ordinary person, he is my son-in-law. He should be offering respect to me. Why I should offer respect to him? So sometimes that happens. And the same mentality we may also carry in our spiritual lives. Sometimes we think, oh, I have become very advanced senior devotee. Others should respect me. Others should offer obeisances to me. Why I should offer obeisances to anybody? If we may be few days, few months senior to somebody, and we start considering ourselves as a senior devotee and seeking respect from others. Shri Radha Gopijan Vallabh Bhagwan ki jai. So this offense, they can destroy our bhakti. They can choke up our taste in bhakti. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur actually says, when we are sitting for chanting, there are two things we should pray to the Lord. Two things we should pray for the Nama Prabhu. What are these two things? One thing is, please forgive my offenses. I have committed so many offenses. Please forgive my offenses. And second thing is, please give me taste in the holy name. Because offenses can choke the taste for the holy name. Offenses can choke up our progress in bhakti. So we should always ask for forgiveness for the offenses and to get the taste for the holy name. And what are these offenses towards the Vaishnavas? What kind of things come in the category of offenses towards the Vaishnavas? We know Satam Ninda, right? We say Satam Ninda. The criticism of the devotees is as an offense to the devotees. But just beyond Vaishnava Ninda, Satam Ninda, there are few other things which come in that category, what are considered as offenses to the Vaishnavas. And Jiva Goswami, in his Bhakti Sandarbha, he quotes a shloka from Skanda Purana. This is my diary, where I sometimes write any shlokas which I hear, which I like. So I maintain that little diary here. So make use of technology, right? Rather than carrying a diary, so we can make a diary online also, which is always there. So something in Google Docs. So this is a shloka quoted from Skanda Purana by Srila Jiva Goswami in his Bhakti Sandarbha. He writes, Nindam kurvanti ye mudha Vaishnavanam Mahatmanam Patanti Pitribhi Saradam Maharorave Samjite Hanti Nindanti Vaidveshti Vaishnavanam Na Abhinandati Krudhyate Yati Na Harsham Darshane Patanti Sat. It's a very powerful shloka. It talks about what are the different type of Vaishnava aparad and what is the result of that. So he says, Nindam kurvanti ye muda, the foolish people who criticize the devotees, the Vaishnavanam Mahatmanam. So the Vaishnavas, the great souls, somebody who criticize those, Nindanti, what happens to them? Patanti pitribhi saradam. Along with the pitras, that person falls down into Maharorava hell. A hell named Maharorava. Okay, so it's such a heavy reaction of criticizing the Vaishnavas. So that's why Vaishnava Aparadha is considered as a mad elephant offense, which can choke up, which can destroy our Bhakti Lata Bij. And what are the other things which are mentioned here? Hanti tries to kill the Vaishnavas. So killing here includes any sort of physical assault. They physically try to harm the devotee. Not simply killing. Killing is very extreme. Okay, simply trying to have a physical assault of the devotee. Somebody trying to go physically harm the devotee. Okay, beating up somebody. And then Nindanti. So Nindanti has already come here. Nindanti means criticizing other devotees, fault finding. Okay, oh, this devotee, why did he do like this? Oh, why did he do like that? Because sometimes we do not look at our own faults, we just try to find fault in other person. Why dveshti? Being envious of the devotees. So being envious of the devotee means, so criticism happen because of envy. Because we have envy towards somebody, we are envious towards maybe by somebody's progress. In this world, envy could be for many reasons. Okay, and materially there could be envy for many reasons. Somebody is more opulent than us, wealthier than us, maybe more handsome, beautiful than us, more powerful than us, more influential than us. All these reasons cause envy. But in the devotee community also, this envy may pop in, this envy may crop in, which because thinking, oh, this devotee, he came after me and he is becoming more famous than me, or he's making more progress than me. And out of that envy, sometimes somebody feels ill about that devotee. Oh, I wish he get disease. I wish he get some problem in life, or I wish he fall down in his spiritual life. So those kind of thoughts, those kind of desires towards another devotee out of envy, that is dveshati. When somebody criticizes a devotee out of envy, that is offense. If somebody pointing a mistake of some devotee out of a concern, out of their well-wishing for their welfare, that is not considered as an offense. Okay, one should not think, oh, my guru is criticizing me, he's fault finding in me, he's committing offense against me. Because the guru or the mentor or the senior devotee, they may be telling us something to protect us from any fall down, right? To point at our mistake. So aparad, offense is considered when somebody is pointing out the mistakes out of envy. Okay, that is considered as an offense. So here it says, Hanti nindanti vaidveshati Vaishnavanam na abhinanditi. Na abhinanditi means when we greet the Vaishnavas, when we come in front of the Vaishnavas, if we do not pay obeisances to them, honor them, show our respect to them, if we don't become happy, that will come next. Okay, na harasham darshane. If we don't become joyous by seeing the devotees, that is all in the category of Vaishnava Aparad. So, not honoring the devotee, okay, not paying obeisances, not honoring, not showing the respect to the devotees, because everybody is due some respect based on whatever they are. They just taking to this process of chanting the holy name, that is also glorious. Right? There are so many people in the world who cannot even utter the holy name. Somebody is chanting the holy name, they are respectful. So all these are the different Vaishnava aparad which one could commit. Okay, so what are these? The total 6 in number. Can we count that again, one by one? Hanti, starting with Hanti, physical assault. You try to physically harm a devotee. Then Nindanti, criticizing the Vaishnava. Then Dveshati, being envious of the devotee. Third, Na abhinandati, not honoring the devotee. Krudhyante, okay, I missed that one. Krudhyante means angry. So one was physical assault, this one is verbal assault. Okay, trying to be angry at some devotee, yelling at the devotee as a verbal assault, either in front of that devotee or in front of somebody else. So that is also Vaishnava Aparadha. And then na harsham darshane. When we see the devotee, if we do not feel joy, if we don't feel happiness, that is an offense. And to remember this in an easy way, what are these different 6 things are? Just remember with bad joke. Okay? Remember this word, bad joke. B, blasphemy. A, angry. D means for the devotees. So blasphemy, the devotee, being angry at the devotee. Joke, joyful. So we should be joyful. So not being joyous, seeing a devotee. O, not paying obeisances when we see the devotee. K, killing. E, envious. Okay, so with bad joke, you can remember what are these 6 types of things one could commit towards a Vaishnava, which is considered as a Vaishnava aparadh. And moreover, why somebody commits Vaishnava aparadh? What are the reasons we commit any of these 6 things? Okay, superiority complex, thinking ourselves to be superior. Okay.
Not strong sadhana.
Not strong sadhana. Good. Controllership mentality. Like Daksha Prajapati was having controllership mentality. Previous conditionings. Okay, so for that also, let's discuss few of the things which are the result, which are the cause behind committing such behavior. Let's say one is pre-devotional life familiarity. Okay, let's say if you know some devotee before he became a devotee. So you know somebody from past 15, 20 years, maybe you are school time friends. Now this person has become a devotee and you know something about him which others do not know from his pre-devotee life. And now somebody comes in front of you and tell, oh, this is such a great devotee. And you are thinking, I know him from childhood. Langotiya yaar the hum log. I know he used to smoke. Right? So you start speaking those things, which maybe he did many years ago before he came into the process of spiritual life, in the process of devotional service. So this pre-devotional life familiarity, because of that, somebody start criticizing that person. अरे मैं जानता हूँ उनको, ऐसे बोलते हैं ना, 900 चूहे खा के बिल्ली हज को चली. I know this person, he used to do all these things, now he think he has become a devotee. So, okay, every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. Okay, so we have come to this process of spiritual life. All of us has something in the past which we may have done, committed some wrong actions. But now if somebody is trying to practice bhakti, we should show our respect to that person. Because whatever past he may have done, that is past. So because of our pre-devotion life familiarity, we may end up criticizing the person. We may end up criticizing the devotee. Okay, and then sometime it's, yes, somebody has become a devotee, but we all are carrying some baggage. It takes time to remove all the baggage. Okay, so the last, maybe some lingering sin or lingering some conditioning is still there in that devotee, and we just see that fault in that person. Arey, he has become a devotee, still he gets angry. Yeah, I have seen him getting angry. Or I see still he has some greed in his heart. So last traces of sin. Okay, even though somebody, yes, somebody has become a devotee, he may still have some conditioning, and we should be patient with the person. Not try to start blasphemy that person. Arey, kya tum bhakt ban gaye ho? What are you doing? Still having this thing or that thing. We should understand that somebody who is standing in the shower, even though there is mud somewhere on the body. He has some mud behind the ear or under his feet or something, but he is standing under the shower, and eventually that mud will go away. Right? He will be cleansed. The same way somebody has now taken shelter of Krishna, he has come into this practice of spiritual life, he is doing this sadhana, and eventually all this lingering conditioning will also go away. So we need to be patient with ourselves also, we need to be patient with others also. But our tendency is we don't look at our own faults, that I also have some conditioning, I have not become 100% pure, I am also working towards that. And same is with others, they are also working towards that. So we should be patient with that person. So L is the last traces of sin. And U, I'm again giving you one acronym, okay? PLUS plus. P was the previous pre-devotion familiarity. L is the last traces of sin, and U is unintentional fall down, unintentional mistakes. Sometimes somebody may end up committing some unintentional mistake. It was not intended, but it just happened. Okay, he did not do intentionally, but sometimes we make a big fuss out of that. Hey, this person, he did this. It was not intentionally done by that. It just happened. Okay, but if we start criticizing that person, let's say we are performing in some drama, okay, we have to take care of so many things, so many minute details. And while doing all that, somebody is trying to take the best care of all that. But during that, maybe some mistake happened. Okay, you pointed your foot towards somebody, maybe some senior devotee was sitting and you pointed your foot towards that. Now, how many things you can maybe be careful about? And somebody, after not seeing all the effort you have done, and somebody thinks, Hare Prabhuji, you need to pay attention to these small details. See, while doing this, your foot was pointing to this person. That was very bad. So what does that become? That was unintentional. It's not that somebody intentionally did that. But if you start criticizing those small act, unintentional act, that is also criticism. So unintentional act. And then S is based on somebody's social status. Okay, because of somebody's social status, if somebody is criticizing, let's say somebody is poor, is coming from a poor background, and because of his being from a poor background, somebody does not offer him respect or does not offer him or criticize him for some reason, or that, oh, this person is not able to maintain himself clean enough, or somebody is coming from maybe a lower family background. Okay, so criticizing that person because of his family background, that is also criticism because of their social status. Just imagine the example of Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj, we say, such a great, wonderful devotee. And what his father is has nothing to do with Prahlad Maharaj's own devotional life. But if somebody criticizes Prahlad Maharaj, what kind of devotee is he? Look at his father, such a demoniac person. His father is such a demoniac person, and he considers himself a great devotee. So criticizing somebody because of his family background, that in his family somebody is doing something wrong, so criticizing him because of that. So criticizing somebody because of the social status. So these are some of the reasons we end up committing those 6 different activities which I mentioned earlier. So here also we can remember it with this word plus. So in our spiritual life, if we really want to progress, we need to be very careful not to commit offenses towards the devotees. The result which is mentioned in the shloka from Skanda Purana, it says, committing offense towards the devotee, what happens? If we commit criticism of the devotee, the person along with his ancestors will fall into the hell named Raurava. But even before that, there are some reaction which somebody may face immediately within this lifetime also. And what are the immediate reaction which may come? If we'll take examples from the scriptures, what are the reactions which may come? One thing is, the immediate result of offenses is losing taste in sadhana, losing taste in our spiritual life. If we lose taste in chanting, yes, we may be chanting that, oh, I'm still chanting my 16 round, but there's no taste in that. Losing taste in sadhana, losing taste in chanting, losing taste in hearing, and one may again end up developing attraction for the materialistic things. So that is immediate result of offending the Vaishnavas. And when we are talking about this thing, this is for our own introspection, not to judge other person. Oh, this person is doing criticism for others. Oh, he is maybe being angry at devotee. No, this is for our own introspection. Okay, so one reaction is losing taste. Second is some reaction in the form of some physical disorder, some physical illness. That also comes because of offending the Vaishnavas. If we look in Chaitanya Charitamrita, okay, there are so many pastimes which illustrate this particular point. Because of committing offenses towards the Vaishnavas or offenses towards the Lord, they had to suffer so much of some physical problem, some sickness, some illness. Any example you can quote from Chaitanya Charitamrita?
She was started being offended by this Brahmana putting those abominable things outside his house, so he got leprosy.
Yes. So that is one example, right? Srivas Thakur being offended by the other Brahmanas, they put all these ingredients for Kali worship and blaming that, oh, he is doing all these activity behind the doors. And as a result, he had to suffer leprosy. Another example?
Prabhuji, the example of
Haridas Thakur
Amogha.
offended by? Gopal Chappal. Okay, so he was saying, oh, Haridas Thakur is glorifying the holy name. He is saying holy name is so powerful. Even one chanting of holy name can destroy the sins, more sins which can be committed. How can one holy name be so powerful? If it does not happen, Haridas Thakur's nose will fall off, but ultimately his own nose fell off. Any other example? Okay,
that whole village you can draw.
Right. I also not remembering the name of the person. And there was one very particular example of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's son-in-law, Amogh. Amogh, he was envious towards Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? He was saying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he's a sannyasi, but he is eating so lavishly. He is coming and eating so much, and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya had to stand with a stick and drive him away. Okay. And what happened to Amogh? He was at the verge of death, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself went and putting hand on his chest. He says, Amogh, why you have so much envy in your heart? Please give it up. So we see envious towards the devotees results into some physical illness, some disease, which can hinder our spiritual life, which can hinder our practice of devotion life, our services or something. So we need to be very careful towards this Vaishnava aparad. Now all this I'm saying because of this episode which happened with Daksha and Lord Shiva. Daksha also committed offense towards Lord Shiva. And as end result, what happened? His head was cut off. Ultimately, he will end up getting a goat head, which will come in the coming verses. So three things we should be very careful about. Our dealing with these three things: fire, deities, and Vaishnavas, Guru and Vaishnavas. So these three things, when we deal with these three things, we have to be very, very careful. See, when you are sitting in the sun, there is a method how you sit in the sun to take the sunlight and how you sit in front of the fire to take that heat. You know the difference? What is the difference? Sunlight you should take facing back towards the sun. But the fire heat you should take while facing the fire, not putting your back towards the fire. Because if you're putting your back towards the fire, you will not know when the fire may come on you and burn you. So we should be careful in dealing with fire, not getting too close to the fire and not being too far away from the fire. Because if you're too far away from the fire, you don't get the benefit of the fire. Okay? Either in terms of light or in terms of heat. And if you're too close to the fire, you may end up burning yourself. So we need to maintain an optimal distance from the fire. And the second thing is dealing with deities. Okay, we need to be very careful while dealing with the deities. When we come in front of the Lord, taking darshan of the deities, maintaining that mood of awe and reverence, okay, towards the deity. It's not some ordinary statue. Okay, it's the Lord Himself standing here. So having that mood, that respect towards the deities. Or being too away from the deities means you don't even come to temple. Somebody doesn't come to temple, or what is there in the temple. Not having any understanding of the Archa Vigraha. So dealing with the deities also, we need to be very careful when we go on the altar, being in a very having a careful attitude, okay, not being very careless, thinking, oh, I come, I dress Radha Gopis and Vallabh, and I have the privilege to touch them, to massage them. So taking it very lightly, taking it casually. And the third is dealing with Guru, dealing with the Vaishnavas. We need to be very careful. Again, the same principle. If you stay too far away from the devotees, from the Guru, from the Vaishnavas, then we don't get that mercy, right? Then we don't get the benefit of Sadhu Sangha. But if we are too close, if we get too close with the devotees, too familiarity, then also it leads to problem. Because then when we get too familiar with somebody, we start taking that person for granted. We start taking that person lightly. Familiarity breeds contempt. Okay. Just think of a scenario when our Guru Maharaj is so far away, and you are always eagerly waiting, when will Maharaj come, and I want to take darshan, I want to go meet Maharaj. So let's say you are in Bombay and Maharaj is in Delhi, and you drive all the way or fly all the way from Bombay to come to Delhi. Okay, all these long journey, then you come outside the room and Maharaj is busy and you have to sit outside for a few hours. So but because you have that awe and reverence for the Guru, you will tolerate all that situation. Okay, you are willing to go and just take darshan for a few minutes and be in the presence of Guru, take blessings. So at that time, we have such a great reciprocation. But imagine now you became too close with the Guru. Okay, you are maybe just staying there. Every day you take darshan of Guru. Every day you get to walk with Guru and deal with Guru. And then what happens sometime? This familiarity comes. It became too familiar. Now it becomes casual thing. What is so big about this? What is so wonderful about this? I'm there with Guru Maharaj every day. Or just take the example of other devotees also, right? So we start taking it so casually. So all dealing with these three things, we should be very careful. Fire, deities, and Vaishnavas. And here we are specifically talking about Vaishnavas, to not commit offenses towards the Vaishnavas. And whatever reaction is coming, so our mindset, our philosophy, what should be our mindset? I don't want to commit any offense towards somebody. And if somebody has done something wrong to me, I don't want to take any offense of somebody. I don't want to take anybody's offense, but I don't want to commit offense to somebody. Neither committing offenses, not taking somebody's offense. That okay, maybe he has done out of unintentionally, right? He has not done it intentionally, out unintentionally, maybe somebody committed something. So not taking offense and thinking whatever has happened, it's maybe I am suffering the reaction of my own karma. Yeah, I was due to suffer because of my own some bad deed I may have done, and I'm just suffering because of that only. So maintaining that mindset. Now in Bhagavatam, there are 2 shlokas which are my favorite shlokas, okay, on this particular point. One shloka comes in 10th canto of Bhagavatam, where Lord Brahma is praying to Krishna. Tatte anukampa susumekshmano bhunjan evatmakritam vipakam hridavak vipurabhir vidadhan namaste jivet yumuktipade sadaya bhak. So Brahma is praying to Lord Krishna, my dear Lord, one who earnestly wait for you to bestow your causeless mercy upon him, all the while patiently suffering the reaction of his own misdeeds. Bhunjan evatma kritam vipakam. So he is suffering the reaction of his own misdeeds and patiently waiting for your mercy while paying obeisances to you with his word, with his mind, with his body. Hridvak vipurabhir vidadhan namaste. Jivet yu mukti pade sadaya bhak. While living, he has become eligible for liberation. That has become his rightful claim. So whatever is happening with us, even somebody has criticized you, somebody has tried to assault you physically or verbally, accepting it that this is because of my own karma. Okay, so not taking that, oh, that person is committing offense to me, but thinking this is something my own karma and I am ready to accept this karma. I'm just going through my own karma. Hey, Radhan Maharaj has a very beautiful quote actually. He says, humility is if we are just suffering our own reactions of our own karma, getting it done. Otherwise, if we are, I'm paraphrasing, not exactly saying word to word, but if we retaliate towards what is happening to us, then we are building our future karma. Okay. So better is to deal with everything, that whatever is happening is my own past karma, which is getting cleared now. So I'm ready to suffer and waiting for Krishna to shower his mercy. Okay, thinking this is because of my own karma. So this very powerful verse actually, if we can really meditate on this verse, the meaning of this, and try to practice this. And another one is in the 11th canto of Bhagavatam, which is spoken by Avanti Brahmana. Okay, so this Avanti Brahmana, earlier he was very attached. Okay, he was committing all sort of nonsense activities, very greedy. And later everything is taken away. Now he has become a renounced person. Now as he has become a renounced person, other people are speaking ill to him, right? Trying to beat him, take away whatever little he has, sometimes urinate in his food, whatever he has acquired by begging, spitting on his head, but he is staying calm, not reacting to all these situations, all these provoking situations. And by this time, what attitude he has developed now? Whatever all is happening, nobody else is responsible for this. नायम जनो में सुख दुख हेतु ना देवतात्मा ग्रह कर्म कालः मनः परम कारणम ममानन्ति संसार चक्रम परिवर्तयेत यत्. So nayam jano mein sukh dukkha hetu. For my happiness and misery, no, somebody else is not responsible. It's not that somebody else is responsible for my happiness and suffering. Na devata, not these demigods. If misery comes in our life, we blame all these different things. Sometimes we will blame other person. Oh, this person is the source of my misery. If we immediately blame somebody, either our own family members, spouse, children, boss, neighbor. So we blame somebody or else for our suffering. Or we'll say, sometimes we blame the Devi Devatas also. Oh, they are not showering their mercy on me. They are responsible for my suffering. Okay, sometimes people now, Navaratras are going on. Can speak. People will pray to Durga. Murade puri karde halwa bantugi. There is a famous bhajan, famous song. Murade puri karde halwa bantugi. So you fulfill all my desires, then I will distribute halwa. Okay, if the desires are not fulfilled, then what? तो ना मैं मानूंगा ना किसी और को मानने दूंगा. Right? So people have this attitude, oh, you fulfill all my desires, then I will glorify you. And when some misery come, log will say, अरे भगवान ने क्या कर दिया? What did God do to me? Why He's giving me suffering? And then we will blame sometime. Misery is sometimes, yes, we say this is because of my own body. My body is not cooperating. And then we say, समय खराब है. Okay, my problem is because my time is bad. Some graha, they are not in the right position. Okay. Or ultimately, we will say karma. Okay, I'm suffering because of my own karma. So here, this Avanti Brahmana is saying, Nayam janome sukh dukha hetu. Not anybody else is responsible. Na devata, na atma, na graha, na karma, na kala. All these things are not responsible for my misery. What is responsible? Manah parma karanam amananti. I understand my own mind is the cause of my suffering, of cause of my misery. Because even though ultimately karma, we end up performing some wrong karma is also because of mind only, right? Because our mind is not stable, our mind is having so much of thinking, willing, feeling. Because of that, we end up committing some particular action. So ultimately, the root cause is our uncontrolled mind. So this mind is the cause of my problem. And because of this, I am bound into the cycle of birth and death in this material world. So these are two very powerful shlokas actually from Bhagavatam, which I quoted. One is 10th canto, I think 10, 14, 8. Brahma is praying to Lord Krishna. And then another one is in the 11th canto, 11, 23, 42. So coming back to our theme here, being very careful not to commit offenses to anybody and not taking somebody's offense also. And we can take inspiration from Lord Krishna himself. If we look at so many pastimes of Lord Krishna does not take anybody's offense and he does not commit any offense to somebody. That's a Shishupal. Shishupal was speaking ill of Krishna. He was giving gali. Bhagwan ko gali de raha hai. But Krishna is tolerating. And somebody may say, oh, ultimately Krishna killed Shishupal. He chopped off the head of Shishupal with his Sudarshana. So why did he do that? Now, there is a reason for that also. When Shishupal was born, there was a forecast. Okay, who is going to kill Shishupal? When Shishupal was born, he was born with 4 arms. And the forecast was when Shishupal goes in somebody's lap and his 2 arms fall off, that person is going to kill Shishupal. Okay, and once Krishna, so Krishna is cousin of Shishupal. Shishupal is the son of Krishna's Bua. Okay, Bua or Masi? Bua. So once Krishna was about 12, 13 years old, and Shishupal was baby that time, born. And Krishna visited his aunt's house, and like some elder child, they will take their young cousin into their lap. So Krishna wanted to take Shishupal in his lap. So Krishna took Shishupal in his lap, and immediately his 2 arms fell off. Now Shishupal's mother, he realized, okay, this was the forecast. In whoever's lap his 2 arms fell off, he's going to kill him. So she understood Krishna is going to kill Shishupal. And then she requested Krishna, please give me promise that you will not kill Shishupal. And Krishna says, why will I kill? He's my cousin. But if he does something wrong, if he keep criticizing, if he speak, I will forgive his offenses till 100 times. But beyond that, if he commit offenses towards my devotee, then I will not spare him. So Krishna gave that promise. Now in this Ratsuya Yagya, Shishupal started blaspheming Krishna. Krishna was tolerating. Okay, you are speaking, I have given promise. Earlier also, Shishupal had spoken ill about Krishna when Krishna took away Rukmini. That time also he spoke ill about Krishna. But now this time in Ratsuya Yagya, Shishupal is speaking ill. Oh, this person, He is a cowherd boy. How can he become qualified for the Agra Puja? So he started criticizing. And Krishna tolerated. And when even Bhishma Pitama, Nakul, they tried to pacify Shishupal, he started speaking ill about them. He started speaking negative for Bhishma Pitama towards Nakula, Sahadev, and then finally Krishna killed Shishupal. So Krishna does not take the offense of anybody, and Krishna does not commit offense to somebody. And same way, all other demons which came in Vrindavan to kill Krishna, Krishna did not take them as his enemy. Even when Putana came with the intention to kill Krishna. So ultimately, Krishna, he took away the life air of Putana and gave her the position of her own mother. So who could be more merciful than that? So Krishna did not just see her offense. Krishna saw that she is showing motherly affection also. And just Krishna took that and gave her the position of her Dhatri, of his Dhatri. So even if Krishna is killing somebody, Krishna is awarding them much higher position. Same thing with Aghasur. Aghasur came there. Aghasur is sitting there pretending to be like a cave, okay, like a playground for all the cowherd boys. And with his eyes, he is looking at Krishna. When Krishna will come, enter into my mouth. And Aghasur's mentality was, oh, this Krishna has killed my sister and my brother. He has killed Baki and Baka. Baki is Putana and Baka is Bakasur. So Aghasur was the younger brother of Putana and Bakasur. And Aghasur was thinking, oh, Krishna has killed my sister and my brother, and I want to take revenge. Now, did Krishna go somewhere to kill them? They came and they attacked on Krishna. So, but Aghasur's mentality was, oh, Krishna has killed. But even though Aghasur was having that tendency, envious tendency towards Krishna, trying to kill Krishna, Krishna thought, oh, this person has been looking at me, he's staring at me. I will give him Sarupya Mukti. So Krishna is awarding them much higher position, even though they are envious towards Krishna, they are offensive towards Krishna. Krishna does not take their offense. And Krishna does not commit offense towards anybody. So same way in our life, we can take this kind of tie this point, जिसे बोलते हैं ना गांठ बांध लो इस बात को अपने साथ गांठ बांध लो. What is that thing? I don't want to offend anybody and I am not going to take anybody's offenses. I will consider whatever somebody end up doing to me something wrong, it is because of my own past karma, and Krishna is helping to clear that karma. So I'm very grateful to this person. Actually, this person is helping me to grow in spiritual life. Okay, so this whole pastime of Daksha Prajapati and Lord Shiva is very, very instructive actually. When one person commits offense towards another great personality, great Vaishnavas, what could be the consequence of that action? And we want to take lesson from them and protect ourselves, protect our bhakti lata to get choked up. Because our goal is to attain Krishna. Why we are doing chanting? What is the purpose of our chanting? Go back to Godhead. What are we going to do there? Service. Why you want to serve? That is our nature. When do we serve really? When we do really serve anybody? When we love somebody. Right? So our ultimate goal is to develop love for Krishna. And only when we have love for Krishna, then we can serve Krishna. Mother will serve the child even at middle of the night because she loves the child. She will take the trouble to serve. So same way, when we will take the trouble to serve Krishna, when we really love Krishna. Otherwise, we'll say, oh, let somebody else do it. Why always me? So ultimate goal is to develop love for Krishna. That is the purpose of our chanting. Yes, in between there may be many other things. Somebody may say, I want peace of mind, I want to get free from misery, I want this material desire fulfilled. So there may be some many other reasons, but ultimate reason is we want to develop love for Krishna. Okay, so our goal is to develop love for Krishna, then all other things whichever may come, why they should get in between us and between Krishna. Right? So let's try to tolerate those provoking situations and continue in developing love for Krishna. Okay. And Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, what is the most dear devotee to him? There are many things which Krishna says in many different places. In 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, if we read the last 7 verses, it takes 13 to 20, all these verses, and at the end, Krishna says, that is most dear to me. That is most dear to me. That devotee is dear to me. So, samahmit shatrocha mitrecha tatha man apamanayo शीतोष्ण सुख दुखेषु समसंग विवर्जिता तुल्या निंदा स्तुतिर्मौनि संतुष्टो येन केनचित् अनिकेत स्थिरमतिर् भक्तिमान में प्रियो नरः. So that person is very dear to me. What are the qualities of that person? Samah shatrucha mitrecha. He is equal to both friends and enemy. Tulya ninda stutirmoni. He is equal in fame or infamy. So he is equal in all these situations. It doesn't matter if somebody is criticizing me, somebody is glorifying me. Nothing matters. Okay, either it's somebody is friend or somebody is inimical. Doesn't matter. So when we develop those qualities, then we can really become dear to Krishna. And we can also develop love for Krishna. Okay. So I will stop here. Please forgive me if I spoke anything wrong. As your humble servant, I'm just speaking here for my own purification. I'm speaking to myself. ग्रंथ श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय. Hare Krishna. Please add something, bro.
Our reflection, but that's okay. I share with you many times.
No, share with others also.
No, that's okay. I need class instead. What you said is very nice. That verse is, I was meditating on that verse. That verse is very nice. That's very good.
Hmm. Okay, anybody else? Yes, bro.
Yeah, I have a question. So in Kali Yuga, we say that mental offenses are kind of forgiven. But when you spoke about like that joke, some of these offenses like anger or killing devotee, which is more in the gross form, or blaspheming a devotee, coming verbally, right? But it all comes to the doorway of mentally you're contemplating about the devotee and thinking, or on an egoistic platform or whatever, and then it comes in a form. So how can we try our best not to have that offense on a mental level? Because when we live that bird, actually it will not come in that cross form. So what are the ways to take care of it?
So very nice question. How to protect ourselves from the mental offenses also, because we may think, oh, I'm doing mental only. Hey, for Kali Yuga, the mental offenses are excused. But the problem with that is when something is in the mind, we are committing in mind, we are mentally criticizing somebody, ultimately it will come up verbally also. So earlier it starts from mind, then will it come on tongue, then it may come in action also. So that's why even we need to be very careful for mental offenses also, kind of thinking ill about others mentally, criticizing somebody mentally. And I have seen that it has happened with me also personally. If we keep mentally criticizing somebody, ultimately we may end up doing that. If we may end up criticizing that person in front of somebody, if not directly kind of yelling at that person, but we may criticize in front of somebody else. We may end up criticizing in front of our spouse, right? Oh, this devotee, he is saying like this, he's doing like this. This happens so many times because we were doing it mentally earlier. So the medicine for that is, again, just whatever somebody else has done, which I have conflict with somebody else, if I do not agree with somebody's viewpoint, we have to just accept that, yes, everybody has their own opinion, and it doesn't have to be in line with me. And we have to accept that differences. We have to accept the diversity. That yes, everybody may have their viewpoints, and their viewpoints may not exactly match with my viewpoints. जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना कि अगर रसोई में 2 बर्तन है तो खड़केंगे. So if even if 2 pots are there, they will collide and make noise. Okay, so same way, when we are in group of devotees, there will be different viewpoints, and we may not have always agreement with each other, but just accepting that as a fact of life and treating it. Okay, somebody is not agreeing with me, that's fine. Why should I have envious towards that person or criticize that person? Or even if somebody is saying ill about me, accept it. Just meditate again those 2 verses. Just remember those 2 verses. Those are immensely helpful. If we can meditate on those and practice those. Okay, so that can help us to avoid such scenarios. Okay, Prabhu, you want to add something?
No. So those 2 verses, Satya Kampa and Bhagavad Gita, right?
No, the
And the 11th man.
Nayam Janome Sukh Dukha Hetu.
Yeah, I fully also acknowledge it. Those 2 verses.
Thank you. You want to add something, bro?
No, I just want to because those 2 are especially no, no, this is actually I'm not somebody else's.
Right.
So actually, especially when we talk about accepting, right? Many times in practical situations, some devotees directly tell when you have to do something. So when these things happen again and again, to get the things done in our society, that's many times. So we lose the trust, especially on these things. Always have the challenge of accepting it. I have my own plans, I have my own journey.
Right.
But because of all of these things, how do we still continue that momentum? It is too high. For me, it's too high. What I want to say.
Yeah.
I cannot even step into somebody's house if they are not
Welcoming. Right.
So that is my nature now. So this is the goal. How I can go towards that. What are the measures in between milestone? Is there anything going better?
So yes, we all are kindergartners, and we are talking about getting a PhD degree. Right? So there is a gradual progress. We cannot accept ourselves also or somebody else also to directly reach that stage. So there is always a gradual progress, and we have to maintain faith that, okay, let me continue with my spiritual life, my sadhana, while humbly praying to Krishna that Krishna, please give me the strength. I know I am here right now, and that is where I want to reach. And that is possible only with your mercy. Okay. So basically, as it says, taking one step at a time with faith, even though we may not know the ultimate destination, we may not see the next step. Sometimes you see in the winter season, there is so much fog. Right? And we may not even see what is in front after 10 meters away. But we still continue slowly driving, and as we move forward, then the next 10 meters become clear. As you move forward, the next 10 meters become clear. So we have to just continue moving forward with faith and praying to Krishna, please help me to handle all these situations. Krishna is going to test us, right? That is the test of Krishna also. When some provoking situation come, we can treat it as test of Krishna also. Krishna is putting us in that situation for us to become more stronger. We may end up reacting to that situation also, but at least when we are equipped with this knowledge, immediately then you will have thought, oh, why did I do this? I should have tolerated, right? So next time you will maybe even a little bit more careful. So yes, we may commit mistake. We may end up reacting in some situation, but immediately at least we will have that internal realization. See, I failed again. I could have tolerated. I could have just moved on, but I failed. Next time, let me try better. Okay, thank you. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you very much.
We did not
Very
ask
nice
anybody
class.
online if they have any questions, comments. Is it still going on or?
It is going on, Prabhu. Thank you very much for a wonderful class. Hare Krishna.